Morning. Yesterday I talked about burnout and how burnout affects us and kind of what we can do, how we can assess whether we have it, some things that we can do about it. Today what I want to talk about is how do you avoid burnout in the first place? Burnout is something that happens to almost all of us at certain times in life. And again, I talked about yesterday how it's about being overwhelmed. It's about feeling stress for a significant period of time. Now, if you feel that for too long, it actually can lead to really destructive problems in your system. Go and Google adrenal fatigue and then see what that does to a human body for months or years. It's incredible what happens, and not in a good way, okay? So how do you prevent burnout in the first place? Well, B vitamins, we've got certain storage. It's almost like we've got silos in our body, and they've got stores of vitamins. And if that storage level is high, then we can draw on those vitamins and nutrients when we need to, and we're okay. A lot of these affect our brain health, our mental health. B vitamins are one of these, and there are many different B vitamins. I'm not going to talk about each one. But generally speaking, B vitamins are kind of our stress vitamins. Now, how do you get those naturally so that your storages are high so you don't experience that burnout, which typically happens when your storage levels are near empty or empty, and you start failing in other ways. Mentally, emotionally, you start struggling. Well, really, there are a few foods that you can eat that are really helpful for this. And they're typically foods that people don't have in their diets nowadays, all right? So I'm going to be talking about eggs, fish, lots of different types of fish. There are some better and worse, but generally speaking, eggs, fish, leafy greens, seeds, nuts, those kinds of things make a huge difference with a lot of different types of B vitamins. Also take full grains. Eating full grains is very good too. But those are a few of the foods that if you simply increase more leafy greens into your body, usually that does the trick. What if you are not going to do this, and you know you're not going to do this? Well, there is a second option, and this is definitely the second option. It's not the first option. The first option is eat better. The second option is, well, you can take B vitamin supplements. I do take a B vitamin supplement, but I also take care of that first area. I try to eat healthier all the time. So if you're struggling and you go, you know what, I probably am not going to eat a lot of fish, or maybe I've got an allergy to something on the list, that's fine. Take some B vitamins. But when it comes to vitamins, this is something that you need to understand. What you pay for often is what you get with vitamins. Now, you can spend too much. There are brand name type vitamins where you can spend too much. But there are also a lot of brands. If you buy the cheapest brand, you are most likely buying junk, absolutely garbage vitamins. So for me, I would suggest mid to high range. Spend something to where it affects you maybe because you're spending a little bit more money, but it also affects you positively because it's affecting your health on a completely different level. Okay, so that's on the mental health and what you can do with what you're ingesting into your body. But what can you do with your mental health? Just taking care of it on a consistent basis. I talked about this yesterday a little bit, and that is really the best thing you can do is have a consistent time where you are taking action and a consistent time where you are resting and thinking about taking action. Both are very important. You've got people who learn and never take action. That's actually really frustrating mentally. The kind of people call it analysis paralysis, right? Where they think, but they don't do. If we don't take action, we don't have any confidence about what we're doing. And that affects us mentally. We get frustrated with ourselves and discouraged. But on the other hand, if we're doing, and we don't take the breaks to think through things, we can also get into really stressful patterns because we're doing and it becomes less and less efficient. We need breaks, we need rest. And in those rests, take time to plan. There are a couple of good books on this. I teach this all the time with my individual clients and my group clients. But planning to the now is something, I call it reverse engineering. But doing something where you look out at your 5-year goals or your 1-year goals and you start to go, okay, what is my 1-year goal and what is one thing that I can do in the next quarter to start reaching that? What is the next thing I can do in the next month to kind of hit that quarterly metric or kind of goal post that I want to hit? What can I do in the next week to hit that monthly goal? What can I do in the next day, just today, to hit that weekly goal? One key that this works beautifully because what it does is it gives us a specific plan that we believe in on some level that we can start chasing down. So we can start taking action on a small thing, not a big thing, on a small thing right now that will lead to the big things later. It's about eating that elephant one bite at a time rather than trying to ingest the whole thing at once. So that helps us mentally very well. But I also talked yesterday about simply spending time in green space, simply taking those rests. The more consistent you can do this, the better. I'm actually taking off tomorrow morning in real time, as I'm recording these things, for a backcountry trip with my family. And I'm really excited about it because I'm feeling a little bit stressed. I've been noticing the last week or so, I've just become a little less efficient. And when that happens, I know I just need to take a break and rest a bit, spend time with my family, spend time with my kids. We're going to work and build fires by rubbing sticks together, and we're going to hike, and we're going to be tired by the time we come home. And I'm not going to sleep all that well over this weekend, to be honest, because I'm going to be laying on the ground. Having said that, it will replenish my spirit in other ways. And from being in a place where I'm just doing, I'm going to be able to be with my family and just hang out with them. Not only that, on Monday, when I'm back in town, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be spending time on my next month's plan. Every month, I review my plan. Every quarter, I review my plan. Every year, I review my plan. And when I'm consistently doing that, at least I'm able to see, hey, where am I off track and where am I on track? It is unreal how much this helps me mentally and how this helps my clients mentally. So I've given you 3 keys right now, okay? On preventing or helping you if you do have burnout, okay? The first one is eat healthier. Eating healthy food makes a massive difference. If your diet is full of sugar, it's going to be more difficult for you. Fact, okay? You're going to struggle with depression. You're going to struggle with stress more. You're going to feel overwhelmed more simply because of sugar versus leafy greens kind of thing. Second thing is I talked about taking a break. And by taking a break, I talked about 2 things, right? The first one is to take a break by planning a little bit, thinking a little bit, and saying, where am I off track? Where am I on track? What can I do next? And then going and taking action again. And then the third thing I talked about was take a real rest. Not a TV break, not a Netflix break. That's not a real break, okay? Yes, our mind gets focused on that rather than something else. It's not a real break. It's kind of like smokers saying, well, I smoke to relax. Smoking doesn't help people relax. Smoking is actually something that activates the brain, okay? Not unlike, it's different than cocaine, but in the same way, it ramps you up, okay? It's a stimulant. The reason smoking, for many people who are smokers, relaxes them is it's not relaxing their mind more than it would have been usually. It's that it's taking away the cravings. And if you've got cravings, then it is relaxing to take away the cravings because that's stressful. But the better way in total is don't smoke. If you don't smoke, you won't have the cravings, you won't feel that extra stress, and you'll be able to rest in completely different ways, all right? So again, 3 action steps. Put it together a plan for eating. Change one thing in eating. Don't change everything. Change one thing in your diet over the next month or 2, okay? Just take one thing. Add a little bit more in on a weekly basis, not even a daily basis, just do it on a weekly basis. Secondly, another action step you can take, and choose one of these to work on right now. The second action step is plan a little bit. Book a 2-hour time period, or I mean, ideally a weekend, but even a 2-hour time period will help you plan a little bit more. And once you plan, watch how motivated you become. It'll be far better. And then thirdly, take a break every once in a while. Get out in the nature, get out and just walk, just breathe in better air, whatever it is, to slow our pace down. That helps so much in so many ways. And remember, if you take action, I know that you can handle this. I'm serious when I put this little tagline at the back end of my videos. When I say, remember, you've got this, I mean that. I believe that you can take action that helps you right now, and it also sets you up for success in your entire life. So I'm going to finish with the same thing today. I want you to remember, you've got this.